Hey guys, so I'm going to teach you guys how to make this dragon mask. So first thing is first, you got to make sure you tie your hair back. Next thing you have to do is you got to make sure that you have a clean surface to work on. So you got to make sure you have take a makeup wipe or makeup remover wipe or a baby wipe and just clean your face. Now for me, I'm going to be using this mirror here. Next thing you need to do is to make sure you have all your supplies ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this number 10 paintbrush as well as a number 6. And I'm also going to use a flat brush and 2 detail brushes. As for the paints, I use some water-based Mehron paints like the ones I have here. And I'm also going to use my makeup remover wipes as well. If I need to clean up any edges, gotta make sure that's nearby. And the other 2 paints I'm going to use are actual Wolf brands, black and white. And you also gotta make sure you have a nice spray bottle handy so you can wet your paints and wet your sponges as well. Little small jar to keep your water, and of course the sponges themselves. So the first thing I'm doing here is I'm going to actually take the yellow Mehron and dab it on the sponge, and I'm just going to gently and quickly go over my eyes and across the bridge of my nose to make sure this is all yellow. I'm doing yellows since this is a dragon mask. I want to make sure that there looks like there's fire embers around my irises. And since right here my hair was actually going to get in the way, so what you might want to do is take a headband and actually pull back your hair to make sure that no paint is going to get in the way, no hair is going to get in the way while you're painting. That's much better. Okay, so getting back to painting with the yellow. Next I'm going to take the red and go down. I'm going to first go down the bridge of my nose and cover my entire nose actually here, since it's going to be a mask. And next I like to go underneath my eyes and then over my eyebrows, and I'm starting to develop a little bit of a mask shape around my face here. Again, with just using a lot of quick dabs here and there, making sure that I have enough paint on my sponge. If I lose any paint, I go and I re-dab and re-wet my paint. Continuing here to form a mask shape as I'm going down my cheekbones here. The further I go down by my cheekbones, it's actually going to form a little bit of a bat wing shape. You'll start to see it form here from the corner of my nose all the way down to form a peak. There we go. And here I'm going to get the other side, try to make it as symmetrical as possible. Now it doesn't matter if the edges are a little jagged or anything, because we're going to actually do a lot of painting with the black and outlining. Now see here, I actually got a little too close to my eyes and I actually had a lot of yellow fade into the red. So I'm going to go back over my eyes with some yellow to make sure that the yellow stands out from a distance. There we go. Next, I'm going to take my number 10 brush with the black wolf paint, and I'm going to start outlining here. What you want to do is kind of make sort of like almost as if you're going to make a heart shape at the very top of the crown here. Next, I'm going to start to put in the spikes on the dragon here. Some of these spikes are actually going to be really spiky, and other ones are going to look like webbed spikes, because a dragon's face is spiky, yes, but it is also scales plus skin. So I want to make sure I give that illusion. There we go, connected like a web, like a webbed piece of skin. And here I'm going to do the other side here. These spikes don't have to be symmetrical in my opinion. I think it's actually makes it look more interesting if they're not, because it makes it more organic. Next I'm going to go in and I'm actually going to go and do the eyebrows, because a dragon is a fierce creature, so I'm going to put in the eyebrows. Now my number 10 was actually a little too big for this one, because you're going to actually go right over the eyebrows, so I went and changed to my number 6. Which makes it much more easier to have control over. Next thing here, I'm gonna go and make a straight line down down my nose. And then I'm going to start making little small square scales across my whole nose here. Some of these squares I'm actually going to draw lines going up and going down, so they don't look like perfect boxes. There we go. Next, with the black, still with the black and the number 6 brush, I'm going to start making little lines of the scales / skin of the side of the mask and make it and give the illusion of them being folded and more three-dimensional. And I just enhanced the eyebrows a little bit more. Next, I'm going to put in the horns. Now for this one here, unfortunately can't see it on the first one that much. I'm going to actually take my flat brush and go into the Wolf White paint. And I'm actually going to do a flat surface down first, and as I go up, I'm going to twist the brush to get that peak. Now since I'm going over red and black, I might have to do this a few times, but it actually shows up pretty well. And also the next thing to do with that Wolf White is to take that number 6 and to form some highlights. The highlights really pulls this piece together and it makes it stand out really, really well from a distance. So I'm just going to go in with the eyebrows and then the scales around the face just a little bit. And I'm also going to hit the scales on the nose as well. Highlights and thick outline really make a face painting, mask, or whatever piece you're doing stand out really, really well. And always make sure you have nice wet paint so nothing is faded and it stands out really well. And last thing here, I'm just going to go back with the Wolf Black paint and I'm just going to outline the horns. I had to wait for it to dry, make sure that the white is dry so it doesn't smear into the black and make a gray. And I'm going to outline them. And then at the very last detail, I'm going to take that same Wolf Black and just do little lines curving around the horns to make them look three-dimensional. And essentially that is it. And you can take down your hair and that is your mask. It's all complete. Now for me, I actually decided to take a little bit step further and put in some special effects yellow eyes to make it look like a fierce red dragon. And I think this looks really cool and it really brings the piece together. So I hope you guys really enjoyed my first face painting tutorial. I hope you guys have an awesome day, evening, or night, wherever you guys are from. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!